Milk Metaverse is a metaverse platform for the media industry that will bridge the gap between the content producers and the audience. Mediaverse from Milk Platform will be a combination of virtual reality, blockchain technology, and artificial intelligence. Visit the website metaverse.milk.global.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adrian CryptoBurb talking to you straight from this beautiful office setup. And I'm here to share something important because you guys have managed to join in for an amazing experience for the past 7 days. Actually, today, is a little bit of a bonus because this is day 8. And it's quite exceptional opportunity and amazing chance for everybody to have recovered, have gained the knowledge and the generosity, on the generosity of the entire team who is here with us today for the Burners team. And before we roll in with the details, with our thoughts, with the final closing statements, let's tease you a little bit with our intro. Cool. How cool is that? Welcome, everybody. Good morning, or actually good afternoon, wherever you are. Again, my name is Adrian. I'm happy and an honor to be leading the Burb Nest for the past 5 years, as we are soon to celebrate our 5th anniversary. This is an exceptional opportunity. This is an exceptional responsibility also on my side, because on a daily basis, I get to interact with the brightest minds I've ever got to know in my life. I have such an amazingly talented and credible team who's also, again, on our show today for this closing session of our Free Trading Congress. This Free Trading Congress, everybody, has been an immense opportunity. I think if I were to put it in one word, I would call it an opportunity, right? And not so much of an opportunity to get any sort of like guaranteed, millions of dollars popping out tomorrow in front of your door, but an opportunity to, more importantly, stand up on your feet, because the truth is that this year has been extremely rough and harsh. It's extremely different and 180 degree rotated versus what we had last year when we were closing the Free Trading Congress edition number 3. And on this 4th edition, we've got to meet plenty of people, amazing individuals. Not only talking about the speakers and guests, but I'm also talking about the community. Easily over 600 people have approached us to go and attempt this free membership, acquire the free membership within the Burb Nest for what typically is closed. And this, coming with 27 service and support internationally from our team, gives you nothing but opportunity. And an opportunity to transform, an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to become bigger, better, faster, smarter, on all fields, on all levels, on all layers. Not only as a trader, but also on the personal development side. So that I, throughout the years, wanted to make the Burb Nest this opportunity generator, so that people come to the nest to come and learn, come and improve their skills, not only about trading, but also about anything that regards outside of trading. That is also consistent and required to help you achieve this success. Because apparently there are some universal laws, there are some universal formulas, patterns, some sequences that can help you sustain the success, that can help you improve, right? That are not often regarded in traders' books. And by patching this hole, providing you with this insane quality of the information of service, where 99% of the competition failed throughout the past 5 years. This has been the reality. Myself, I always try to lead by the example. Myself being the charter market technician, the only CMT holder for my country. Like I said, this is a huge opportunity. This is a huge challenge and a huge responsibility. so that I'm not responsible only for the brand, because the brand on its own, it doesn't exist. There is no such a thing as brand. It's not physical, right? The brand is what you're looking at right now. Those are those talented people. Those are those talented units, those individual smart brains who are looking at you guys on the other side of the screen. And this is my beloved Burness team. And there is so much I want to say, but I definitely don't want to hold the conversation. So let me just put this huge thank you to everybody who participated thus far, and congratulate to my beautiful team, because they had managed to put a lot of effort and a lot of hours and a lot of work, energy, and money, because time is money, to service you guys for the past 7 or 8 days. And this opportunity, is something that you don't find anywhere else, I think, in the world right now. Typically, the value of such conferences is way easily over $3,000 for such a 7-8 day week, basically boot camp, to come and learn to trade. But this one is one of a kind, and you don't get it anywhere else. And this is why the Burness is truly unique. And it's thanks to this beautiful team. So congratulations and thank you to each and every single one of you guys. And there are 14 amazingly talented individuals on our team to date that I'm extremely proud and honored. And of course, let me name them for you. This is going to be BC Richfield, Julian, Razorn, Jimmy, Bass Trader. There's KBS, there's J Trader, Mad Max. And there are also people who work on the back end, who are not so much actively trading, but they're still 24/7 in chats with you on the service, on the customer service, on helping you solve your issues that otherwise would never be solved, right? And whenever I make decisions for the Burness improvements and strategic decisions, I always try to surround myself with people smarter than I am. And so far, I think I'm doing pretty good job in those terms, because I surround myself with an extremely talented set of people. So congratulations to the team on creating such an amazing event, full of opportunities, full of change for better in such difficult conditions. This is truly an exceptional situation and one of a kind. And when I mean that you don't find this anywhere else in the world right now, I truly mean it, because you don't. And I wanted to resonate with everybody, with all the viewers and listeners, so that make sure you hit the like and share the video, share it with your friends, smash the notification bells as well. Not for me, but for this beautiful team of people who are really working often 24/7 in changes, relentlessly, sleeplessly, just to get you guys the service you truly, fairly deserve. And I also want to congratulate and thank to our speakers. There are many of those. And those speakers happen to be also coming from within our team, but also coming from the outside of our team, because above all, this is an amazing platform to invite many, many great speakers and people to come and share their knowledge that otherwise would never be heard or would never be there, right? And there is an entire set, and there's going to follow a special thank you message to all the speakers on Twitter as well, and on the official announcements. This year we had, on this 4th edition, really had exceptional units again on the speaker side, an amazing quality service. Truly speaking, each of them speaking from the perspective of success, of practitioners, of people who are experiencing the field. Take Julius de Campenauer, for an instance, the world's most famous creator for RRG, chart display, for relative rotation graph, for something that fund managers use, professional investment banks use in order to assess their portfolio management strategies. We are talking about people, also special thanks to our sponsors at Milk Platform. And I was very lucky to host this special interview with Hendrik. who's the CEO for them, who had been in the media industry for many decades, killing it left and right, being in charge of the media television. Like this is truly an amazing experience, not only to me, to the team, but also, guys, to you, because you can get inspired, and exposing yourself to this opportunity of getting inspired is something that eventually will spark you up, something that eventually will light up your fire, light up your spirit, in order to make better decisions, in order to learn, and in order to win and succeed, because this is all about it. So the Bird Nest once again comes and proves that the opportunity is the huge change and the chance that you get. So congratulations to the team, to the speakers, and finally, congratulations to you, dear viewers and listeners. Congratulations on making it thus far, on persisting for the entire sequence of this past 7-8 days. This is the 4th edition. Some of you have been participating in the Congress for the entirety of its own of these shows, right? Each and every single show we would see the same faces, the same people, right? This shows true spirit. This shows dedication, and this is the type of dedication and love that is going to push you guys towards success. So huge congratulations to you on making it this far, because this is where you start changing for better. And let's give it a round of applause, everybody, for everybody who participated. This is applause for you guys. This is applause for you watching this. This is a success. If you made it this far, this is a success. Congratulations. And finally, that's where I cut myself off the discussion. And I want to hear from my beautiful, beloved team about their thoughts. So what you guys think about this Congress? I shared my viewpoint, my points, my observations, but I'm much more curious to hear your takes. What do you think this Congress brought to the people so far?
Well, I might jibe in here first because, as you lot can probably tell, I'm the one that likes to speak the most, so I figure I get this out of the way quick. I just think it's been amazing. From the side of the speakers, from the whole event, from seeing the crypto community come together at a time when there's so much negativity in the space. As Adrian shared his experiences with us from previous congresses, there's been other participants as well that have been involved in it. I think the real message from this one, and what went into a lot of thought with the branding of this in The Best Time Is Now, is really trying to communicate to people that there are opportunities out there, that even though there's negativity in the space and so much negativity surrounding it, it doesn't mean that you can't capitalize on yourself, right? Investing in yourself. The education side is massive for all of us. We've all got successful trading backgrounds, but it's important to share that knowledge. I personally was very lucky to have very good mentors when I came onto the scene, when I was learning. And I think it's very, very important to share that with other people. Now, we've got a very special community at the Nest, and it's a community that's building and is growing. And I think to see the enthusiasm, the hope, the hard work that people have been willing to put forward and put into this has been really, really inspiring for me. And I know I share that with a lot of the rest of the team as well. Now, we've got a really, really special company. We put a lot of time and effort into what we do. And I really, really hope that's been conveyed in what we've put across. And the speakers and that have come in to be part of this with you all as well have done it for the very same reasons. So I think the real takeaway from me in this is to say that if you really put the work in, if you really dedicate yourself to it, you find a good community, you commit to your future, then anything really is possible.
Beautiful words, but I'm shutting up already. Take over, guys.
From my perspective, really, it has been an amazing journey with the Bird Nest. Since I started trading like 7 years ago, I was on my own, really, and I wish I would have joined a community like the Bird Nest when I started trading. It would have saved me a lot of money, a lot of mistakes, but really, I'm really grateful for having these people to work with, and all of the community, the Purpose members are just simply amazing. And I just wanted to thank you guys for your time and all of the effort that you are putting in for becoming professional traders.
Beautiful. What do you think the best experience has been for all the viewers and for all the listeners? What skills they could have grasped and learned throughout the entirety of the show?
I would say they actually grasp a lot of different skills. It's actually like 360 degrees spectrum. We basically covered everything. I mean, correlation, rotation on a really high level, with extremely good guests, but also trading psychology, how to do day trading, scalping, high time frame analysis, all of that. And if you like looked at all the topics we have covered in the last 8 days, and God, I mean, 8 days, the time flies when you're having fun and educating people, especially when people are really appreciating you. So also my appreciation to the audience. Thank you very much for listening, for asking the questions, for participating, and sharing the good vibes. I truly believe if you check the playlist on YouTube, which is available to every one of you, for everyone, I think like this playlist already is going to give you a really good boost. It's going to help you in your competences, but having just these competences, it's not enough, because you need to have some level of confidence to be able to tap into your competences. And I truly believe, and like with the entire team, this playlist alone will help you in your trading journey, no matter what kind of mistakes you have made. Believe me, I've made every single mistake that you can find in every single training book. A lot of mistakes. Despite the fact that I made a lot of mistakes in the past, especially in 2017 and 18, I did not give up. And I highly encourage every single one of you who's listening to this live stream or to this recording, this is not the time to give up. This is actually the best time. We are actually in the middle of the bear market. I've seen a lot of traders. Most of the traders who made a lot of money, it was though the people who were like fully prepared and prepared themselves in the bear market. You're not gonna be able to prepare yourself in the middle of the heat, in the middle of the bull market. Some people, they maybe rely on a little bit of luck, but luck is not something you can rely on for a long, long time. People who made a lot of money just by luck, believe me, 90% of them, maybe even more, they lost that same amount of money. I coached a lot of people. I know that for example, I know someone who made 5 million, and then things dropped, and suddenly he was just left over with 20K, his initial investment, or even like less than his initial investment. And that hurts a lot. And I think, and I really believe, the kind of content and the type of content we provided is really something that will help you out 100%. No doubts.
Yeah, well said, Jimmy. I mean, I know I'm kicking back into this again, but I think it was such a good point that you raised there in terms of not giving up. So I think when you look historically back at some of the most successful traders, you find a consistency in their messaging, right? And we all take these hits. It's very, very much part of the process to go through, like the whole saying that it's not how hard you get hit, it's how you get hit and how you get knocked down. And if you can keep getting up, it's that constant cycle of pushing yourself and pushing to improve. But what you need to realize is that the hits, the same way as when we're trading, the losses that we take, we learn so much from them, right? The wins teach us stuff, but the losses, you're journeying those, you look back, they allow us to refine our art. And when you go through the pain, you'll be so much better prepared for the other side. And, the slogan, again, to go back to it, the best time is now. It's because the best time is now to invest in yourself. It's no good sitting there and you wait and you think, I'll wait for the bull run. I'll wait for the bull run. Most people that do that, by the time the bull run's upon us, then you know, you're already kind of too late by the time you're waiting for that confirmation. You're waiting for it to go through. So get yourself prepared, get your skills sharpened so that you're really, really at the epitome of them when those opportunities come round. And like Jimmy said as well, I just think for me, the whole spectrum that was covered on this, from Julius de Campner to all of the stuff we had with Macro Alf, you know, it wasn't just crypto focused. And I think that says something as well. Have a broader view of the markets. I think the people that have those broader views are some of the people that end up being the best prepared.
I think overall the biggest message is that education during times when people don't particularly want to stick around. I think a lot of people regretted not staying around in 2019, 2020, 2018, even when the market was down and people gave up. And this is probably the best time to continue education or actually doubling down, because actually during a bull market, you don't really have time for that. And you can't really enjoy it as much if you don't have that solid base of education, of information, so that when the prices and everything does move the up, then you can actually be properly ready to execute and have a proper risk management strategy and execute without having to worry about trying to learn when everything's actually happening. So this is it was a lot of information this week, but that's why there's the folder on YouTube where you can go back and continue that education on so much that can actually happen and help you throughout, especially during a time when things might get boring. It's an amazing time to actually learn.
Yeah, Trading Tank here. I'm not sure if you guys can see my name because it might be cut off at the bottom there. But when I think about our sort of campaign slogan, the best time is now, I think for myself personally, the best time for me, it's about learning. It's about learning as much as I can and committing myself to hard work. I think in the bear market, especially if you can set your mind to, I'm going to work as harder than ever this year, even if the market is down. I'm going to learn. I'm going to find out more about different things in crypto and the markets in general that I'm not fully versed in. Like for myself, it's been a deep dive into the macro aspect of the markets. And also being a part of a community, I think, is really important. I've been part of quite a few throughout my trading journey. But definitely been part of the bird nest for the longest of any of them. Personally, being from the West Coast here, it's been a little bit tough to get up for some of those really early sessions in the Congress, but I'm definitely going to go back and review everything. There's just such tremendous alpha being shared and so many really good guests. But I encourage everyone, if you did miss portions of it, to go back and review. Definitely take a look at all the different amazing people we had on and the different topics they had to discuss. And the time is now.
Yeah, I think it was an amazing journey, actually, for me and for everybody else in the community. And all the messages that we got are just a proof for that. So the amount of content that we made, the times we put on this are just too I mean too much for us, but it worth it, actually, because I think we made something that a lot of people can use, uh, especially if they're starting their career. And this YouTube playlist and all the content in the Discord and the tweets are just something that I wish I had when I started my career and I started learning things, because the variety of the content is just amazing, right? We had from fundamentals to technicals and psychology, and a lot of variety of topics that are covered in the YouTube videos are just really amazing, in my opinion. And I wish I had the chance to use them when I started. So thank everybody.
Yeah, this is so true. But also, if you look to the commitment of this team, gonna maybe tell you something personal. For example, my wife, she was recovering from COVID. Now again, she's sick. Then I have two kids; they are sick. But nonetheless, we are like fully committed. When we are serving people, we serve people. There's like even like another team member. Not gonna call his name here now, but his wife gave birth to a child, like, and he was still like very active in this Congress. Not sure how he did that. He is basically like maybe like a super daddy, a Superman. But if someone would ask me, "Hey Jimmy, what's the one thing you were really proud of this year of 2020, it would be like this trading congress. To be honest, we actually spoiled a lot of people with giveaways, giving them really like not only like general theoretical stuff, but really like practical stuff people can just like apply right now. And with just this kind of content we have created, I am so sure that this will prevent a lot of people from making mistakes, but only those who were kind of active. Like, if I know like a lot of people, you're just going from one video to another video without giving a lot of conscious to that kind of content they are actually producing. Actually, they're not, or consuming, or actually they are maybe not consuming. And I think like those who are really special now are those who are really committed. And for commitment, you don't need to do crypto 24/7. You don't even need to do like crypto 8 hours a day, especially if you have a family, you have kids and a pet, and maybe a wife, or you're married and you have a full-time job. I understand crypto maybe is not something you can commit like 24/7 a day, and it's maybe also not really advisable to do such a thing. But I am so confident, if you just allocate a few hours in this bear market, it like the yields, it starts actually here. Like the big gains, it starts actually in the middle of the bear market, in the middle, when people give up. When people give up, you double down. When people think, shit, crypto goes, like I just recently said, like the bottom is in when it looks bottomless. And I think we're a little bit in that phase. I'm not calling the bottom, by the way, but for a lot of people, they see this as a bottomless shithole. When people thinking this way, you just double down and don't give up, because the best time to be prepared for for the next cycle is like literally now. There's no better time to start than now, period.
Yeah, really well said, Jimmy. I think to take an extra nod to that as well, like you were saying about time, I think something that's so important when you're learning anything is that you're using constructive education, constructive learning. So I think one thing that's special about being part of a community like this is the breadth of of talent, but also understanding people coming from so many different backgrounds, trading in different styles. To be connected with real world traders that are doing this for a living and have been doing this for a living for a long time gives you a lot of insights. People can learn from mistakes that we've made during our journeys, right, and save yourself a lot of pain. Now, as someone that's pretty much a fully price action trader, my knowledge of fundamentals, for exactly, isn't really where I would want it to be. But I know that in a couple of hours with Julian, I can learn directly from him what would take me months, maybe more, scratting around from all different articles, pieces, books, opinions, bits and pieces. You get to cut to the core of what they've learned. Now, that doesn't mean that you take it, as your only source. The whole idea is you go and you test that, you go and look at, you plug it into the market. And the other thing as well is finding out where you belong in trading, right? What suits you? A lot of people will come to me and say, I really want to learn scalping. I love the idea of trading these 1 minute charts. I've seen it, seen you guys do it at the Nest. I've seen it on YouTube. But, like Jimmy said, you've got people, they've got family commitments, they've got full-time jobs, bits and pieces. Can you be sitting for extended periods of time around the charts? And one of the other things that you learn as well is that when you understand that, you want a broad knowledge of your subject matter, right? You want to understand the macro, you want to understand how traditional markets, Forex plays into things, yields, bonds, bits and pieces like that. Things that really, you know, crypto is still a young industry, right, compared to traditional finance. And especially during bull runs, people get ahead of themselves. But the people that are best prepared are the ones that manage to weather those storms, right? And, you know, that is the big difference between people that, you know, build huge success and lose it all just as quickly as they gained it. Because actually being lucky in this space is one of the worst things that can happen to you, because you get very short-term success, but there's no longevity to it. So by learning the type of trader you are, what appeals to you, you can then build yourself a learning platform connecting with real world traders. Take that knowledge on board, really, really, really push hard, you know, because it doesn't matter if you wish you'd done it before, or you sit there and think, yeah, maybe next year. Why not find those moments of time that you've got? And if they're only small, just make sure you're maximizing them and you're maximizing the potential by putting your efforts where they mean the most.
I think you hit it right there. It was really nice to highlight in the Congress the different types of trading and the different strategies that everyone has, because sometimes people approach trading and they assume they can only trade one specific way, or they have to follow someone because they are so profitable in that strategy, when in reality everyone just has to find what strategy works best for them, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and then build a strategy based on that. And when you can hear from so many different people that have so much varied experience in the space, whether it's from the team at the Bird Nest or all the great guests we've had, like everyone has their own distinct strategy and has found it throughout the years of trading, trying things out, seeing what actually works for them, and actually being able to find that strategy that works for you is kind of the probably the biggest journey and lesson that you have as a trader, of just seeing what actually works for you, and then you minimize risk and actually get that profitability.
Very wise, very wise. You know what? I've been thinking, because there is so much to process, of course. Like there is this for any person, you know, who's kind of like, again, just going to try to process all of this insane amount of content, you know, that is so much value. They may face some sort of like a, you know, analysis paralysis. But here's a little bit of a tip for you guys, because the bigger problems you have to more tackle them, kind of like break them down to smaller pieces and tackle them one step at a time, right? So this is the way you solve a big problem. You kind of like break it down to the smaller pieces, and because you cannot solve the huge problem just like that with a snap, you know, you have to, again, just go from the very, very low, you know, structures and build off of it further, right? So do not expect yourself to understand everything after watching 2 minutes of each video, and there are plenty of videos, right? You're not going to grab the full understanding of it like that. However, if you take time and process the videos one after another and build it within some sort of like a routine, then it's not only going to help you build a routine and discipline, with which eventually comes the trust, the faith, the confidence, but it will also earn you insane amount of practical knowledge that is ready to be taken away, that is ready to be they're processed by you, right? So do not fear just because this problem of this amount of content seems really big and impactful. Just try to tackle them once per day. You know, take 1 or 2 videos per day. Go and process them 10 days straight. And in 10 days, in a nick of an eye, basically you're going to wake up and say, shit, I've just processed such an overload of wisdom that I otherwise would have never processed. That's how we solve big problems. That's how we solve this analysis paralysis. You try to filter and kind of like put it gradually, you know, one after another, those pieces of information, those pieces of a puzzle that after some time, from the perspective, in the hindsight, only complete the full puzzle, right? So speaking of which, you know, I have so many highlights when I think about that, about this 4th Congress edition, and we can all definitely see. You can see that, guys. Everybody's watching that. You know, you can see it that this has been an amazing success. And if you've made it, again, congratulations so far, guys. This is an amazing and exceptional achievement unlocked on your side. Huge milestone completing such a free trading Congress episode. And there are many highlights, that kind of like, just roll in my head and in my mind right now. If I were to frame them real quick, I definitely anchored, what anchored in my memory is definitely the show with Julius the Campanar, like I said, on the RRG charts. Not only because I meant it, but because I was honored to host it and to kind of like, again, just interview Julius, but this insanely logical way of approaching the markets, right? Something that, again, within the help of the RRG chart, is helping you decide about this overall structure of your portfolio. Because of this, something that we know as a momentum principle, we know that on the relative strength basis, when you compare one security with another, right, there are always going to be some fluctuations, and there's always going to be a leader and the laggard, the one that is performing better than the other. And the momentum principle, which is the very basic proof of existence of technical analysis and that it works, says that the outperforming assets are more likely to continue to outperform, while the underperforming assets are more likely to continue to underperform. And this directly roots its origins from this phenomenon that trends, when they happen once in a while, when they come this 2 out of 10 times, and when you're lucky to experience them, then you make the biggest amount of money within those trends. But not because they are some like magical thing, and they just happen, those legendary, just pumps or something. The market rewards your patience because you agree and consent to losing 70% of the time, just maybe. But the patience will reward you so much more, like within this marshmallow test, that it's not going to give you only 2 marshmallows after waiting for some time, but it's going to give you 5,000 marshmallows instead of 1, right? This is like myself trying to diet here. It's probably pushing my imagination higher. So me speaking of marshmallows can probably tell and guarantee that I'm just hungry. But when you think about that again, having Julius the Campanar, the creator for this RG charts, which basically tells you which asset class you should overweight in your portfolio longs and which you should underperform, or which will continue to underperform and for which you should underweight your portfolio, decrease your exposure. It's a very practical and pragmatic way of managing your funds, because overall you are put in a position in the shoes of being a fund manager. So the highlight, like JDK, talking about his root software that is being used by hundreds of thousands of professional people in the field of trading, as well as having Bloomberg Intelligence senior strategists, just like we would have Mike McGlone, who I got the pleasure to meet in Vegas some time ago. Those are the people who otherwise would have never found their way to talk to you guys. So I'm feeling very honored and very grateful, and also I'm very happy that I was able to get you this opportunity. But what about you guys? Like, for the team, what were your favorite highlights for this edition of the Congress?
I'm going to jump in again first here and say very quickly that there were 2 different sides for me, because hosting some of the shows versus having the pleasure of watching some of them as well take on a very different dynamic. So all of the people that I got to host, I first of all just want to say a huge thank you to. I thought we had some wonderful guests. They all gave their time up, as did us as a team, right? Because they want to give to the people. I loved the trading sessions with Trader Dank, looking at the low time frame stuff. But on the side of things, 2 other things I want to mention. The session that we had with Muro, who really, really opened up, not just about trading, but kind of like the pressures of trading, life, the things that he's going through with his family. I thought that was really, really humbling. I think people very often see, traders on Twitter, influence of any kind, they forget about the human element of these people, the sacrifices that we all have to make to do that. And I thought that was really, really insightful. But in terms of one that, I was lucky enough to be a co-host for, so got to watch very intimately, was the session between Adrian and Macro Alf. Really looking from that outside perspective. And again, like Adrian just said, bringing these people in, these perspectives that a lot of people otherwise might not know about in this space, right? And I think that brings in so much value. Julius de Campanar, Mike McGlone, like you said, and definitely Macro Alf in that respect, broadening your horizons and then plugging that in to your own knowledge, and using that to give you that edge on the market, I thought was really, really insightful.
Yeah, what stood out to me most probably, and this will help a lot of newer traders, is just how disciplined these people are, these traders, right? Like waiting for those perfect setups before getting in, taking a trade. And there's a crazy stat out there about the market only trades 10% of the time or something like that. Yeah, so there's actually very little of the time in the market where we should actually be trading. And if you're disciplined enough to wait for those times, then in between you can sort of work on honing your edge, learning new skills. Open a book, read, listen to podcasts, newsletters, all the kind of things that makes you an expert in a field with anything. It's gonna take a few hundred hours of anything if you want to become proficient, and maybe even a few thousand hours if you want to become a pro at it. So one thing I say is, for newer traders, don't expect for this to happen overnight. Give yourself a few years. If you feel like giving up right now, know that you're just at the beginning of your journey. And again, go back to that patience and try to cultivate it in everything that you do.
Very beautiful. Do we have some other highlights of your favorite speakers, everybody, before we start wrapping up the show?
Yeah, to be honest, it's actually a tough question, to be honest. My favorite highlight, because there are multiple highlights, but one that kind of stands out is when we did the live stream with Milk. We were sitting there with Hendrik, which is like experienced entrepreneur. There are companies they're building, right? And when you're building in when things are really difficult, it shows something. It shows commitment, and that's exactly what people need. People actually, when you want to succeed and you want to go to the next level, you need a certain level of commitment. And this is actually what, like, the different live streams kind of told me. Like, Jimmy, commitment is everything. You can have a strategy, you can have a really good kind of mindset about like how to go through adversities and that kind of stuff. You can equip yourself with a lot of weapons, but if you don't have like this commitment, then you're not gonna make it. It's easy as that. And this congress really actually taught me, and I'm very sure also other participants, have some commitment and you will succeed. You're on the right track. Have commitment. That's actually my highlight. Have commitment and you will succeed.
Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, we do have a couple of minutes before we wrap it, so that we definitely have some more room for our today's speakers, who happen to be amazing teammates of mine, to share some alpha for the closing of the entire Free Trading Congress sequence for the past days. And there goes the question and the space for everybody to share their final golden tip, their takeaway. Perhaps this includes the highlight that we mentioned before, perhaps it doesn't. Share your favorite tip, your golden takeaway that you want to leave our viewers and listeners with.
I would say the quality of your life depends on your decisions. It's easy as that. And life gives you a lot of decisions to make. So I would say, when it comes to important decisions, never leave a scene of a decision by scheduling a commitment that leads to fulfillment. So if you see that you need to make an important decision, schedule in a commitment mentally, and that, I swear, it will lead to a lot of fulfillment.
Beautiful. Let's hear the next one.
So go on then. I may as well jump in on this, but it's. I think for me, it's a lot about making sure that you're utilizing your time well. I think a lot of people kid themselves when they're learning things. Twitter, crypto Twitter, social media can be this really big distraction, and people don't necessarily spend the time focusing that energy and that rare time that we all have. You've got lifestyles, children, work, other commitments, right? But we all have the ability to find and make time for stuff, and it's so important that we use that time well. Don't kid yourself. Work out what it is you want to achieve. Write that out as a plan. And like we say in trading, you always have a plan. You plan the trade the plan, right? It's exactly the same with your own personal development. Find out where you want to be, get your inspiration, become part of a good community, whatever it takes you to push you towards that, but maximize that as well. Make the most of the resources you have. Don't just sit there watching different videos from here and there. Work out your path, commit yourself to it, and make sure that you're working smart as well as hard.
Yeah, I love everything said already. For me, I would add, take care of yourself. Get good amount of sleep every night. Get physical activity. Eat well, right? All of these things will translate into better performance in everything that you do. And I've learned that the hard way in the past, so it's definitely a big one. Just keeping that routine of treating myself well in a personal life translates over to doing better in trading and everything else I have to do throughout the day. So, yeah.
So from my side, I think I would suggest everyone that is watching right now to get yourself inside a group of people that are doing the same exact as you. They are learning what you are learning, not necessarily to follow them, but to be able to share your experiences with that people. And I think that the Bird Nest is an amazing place to do that. I'm telling this because I've been always a loner in my trading, and since I joined, it completely changed my vision about this industry and my change your habits, change the way you approach to this business, and the market will reward you with what you want.
So for me, the last one sentence is that if you manage to survive and don't give up during the worst time, you will be the winner in the long run.
Yeah, I think you were saying it right there. Crypto is most importantly about survival and sticking around as long as you can. So if you can learn proper risk management and can survive and stick around, then you can only benefit from being in the space for longer. So the more you learn and the more you can manage that risk, the more you can stick around and actually reap the rewards.
100% agree with Julian also. Very well point. If you can stick for a very long time, for the most amount of time, if you manage your risk, if you have a statistical edge, eventually you'll make it. There's no right or wrong how to do your trading around here. It's all about your performance. If you can manage your capital, can preserve your capital over time, you hit those times where you really shine as a trader, and you need to aim for those times.
And I would say, as a golden tip, try to have a plan. I always say this to people in trading, but it's honestly can be applied on every aspect of the life. And since I honestly started to have planned and have a long-term view on every goal of my life, I started to develop in every aspect of my life. So yeah, not only in trade, try to have a plan for every aspect of your life. That's my point here.
Beautiful. Beautiful. If there is any other voice before we wrap the show, then feel free to interrupt. Otherwise, I definitely want to appreciate your participation so far through the entire Congress. Once again, congratulations to everybody, to the team, to our beautiful, beloved Bourbonist team. We've been hanging around for 5 years already. This is going to be the 5th anniversary in about a month. Actually, in about in a month from now. And 5 years on one hand is not much, because our mission and vision stretches in decades. We are here for the long run as the team, and I am a man of my word, and I guarantee you that. And that is coming with such exceptional talents, just like we have on board of the Bourbonist team. This is truly an amazing experience to be working with you, gentlemen and ladies, because we also have ladies. We also have ladies. We're not only international, but we also have ladies who are working really hard, very often committing different types of activities, and different types of responsibilities, and they still manage to deliver and follow through to ensure magnificent 100% beautiful fast service to you guys, either on the customer service, solving your problems, helping you out, sharing positive attitudes. This is where we are different. I don't know, being here in this space for many years, I never seen any place like the Nest to come and learn behind the closed doors, to weed out all the trolls, to weed out all the jokers, all the goofers, who are there to kind of like disturb you, to deceive you, to act against you. But the Nest has really created an amazing platform for people to come and learn about diversified opinions, to come and learn about different approaches, about following their own favorite traders, different styles, different systems, methodologies, different approaches, participating and recovering your actual mindset abilities. Because this is all where it starts, about the mindset and accepting, just like I was saying in the previous workshop, reaching this acceptance, it comes with your spirit, it comes with your skills, and only by combining all of those 360-degree fields, this is what generates the success, sprinkled with discipline and regime. And huge thanks again to everybody who's just participated on the Congress. Huge shout out to our sponsors, El Milk Platform, and to all of our viewers and listeners, as well as speakers who had really come again to our shows many times, who would come again after being there for the past editions, just like Doug Bompard. Those are our friends. Those are people who become our friends. Those are people who got really inspired about what we do, about the mission and the vision of the Nest, because we believe in the world where the financial freedom is available for everyone, that everybody holds an equal chance to get the financial freedom, that everybody deserves the right to financial freedom. And our job as the Nest, my job as the lead, my job as the person to inspire everybody else, as well as my team, is to equip you with industrial tools and resources. We cannot guarantee you're going to land millions and park billions of dollars in cash in a bag, in 5 minutes after this show. But we can give you everything you need to make it happen, faster than without it. And that comes from me being certified technical analyst, the only charter market technician from my country, and one of 3,000 globally. This is an amazing opportunity. This is an amazing responsibility, and I really follow through on that. So huge thanks again to BC Richfield, Julian, Razun, Past Trader, Pedro, QBS, Jimmy, Trading Time, Crypto, Mad Max, as well as Milky, Sister Burp, Lady Burp, and the list will go on. Congratulations, everybody. And before we go, you have to know that this is the final show, and after this show ends, right in a minute or two, the Free Trading Congress, the 4th edition for 2022, is finished. But it's not there yet, because I still have the final message to you guys. And I know that some of you are deep into free content. And if you are, you should go to thebourbonist.com, where the free PDF is waiting for you. And I know very well that this has been difficult and tough and a rough year. I know that you suffered a lot from Terra Luna. I know that you suffered even more on the FTX. So many of my friends got literally destroyed and wrecked on their finances. And I'm here to tell you that there is this light at the end of a tunnel. And this is a free PDF that I wrote some time ago. I committed a huge amount of time and money to get it up running for you guys. Time is money, and I really conveyed a lot of value, really dedicated myself to creating this 9-page walkthrough guide that is free of charge, free for all to read 24/7, and it's up there hanging on our website, thebourbonist.com. And if you know or want to learn how to turn the absolute worst investing mistakes into profitable trading strategy in under 30 days, then rush over to our website, thebourbonist.com, and get your free PDF copy. Free PDF copy is something that may actually kick off the change for better profitability for you, for your trading system. And this is where it starts. And finally, we have Cyber Monday. And some people were asking me if this is the right choice for them. And you will have to decide about that yourself, right? You can only know about how much inspiration we as the team can give you. You only know that all this accredited technical analysis knowledge can help you get your profitability faster in a portfolio, that can help you recover, get back on your feet, that can help you recover your losses and stand up as a proud person, as a proud trader with skills and resources, everything you need to make it happen with confidence. And this is an opportunity that expires in 6 hours. Literally right now, the time goes on, the clock runs. From now, in 6 hours, this offer is gone. So we have only 360 minutes to go and pick up on this offer. And if you go to our website and to the link that is going to be attached in this description to this video, if you're watching that on YouTube, if you're not, rush over to our YouTube, search for our tweets, search for my pinned tweets, because that's where we're going to find this offer run for the next 6 hours, or actually 359 minutes right now. The time is running, the clock is running, and sadly we cannot wait for any latecomers this time because it's all preset, it's all automated, we cannot cancel it this time. So make sure that if you want to get access to our accredited trading education that we've been doing for years, and this is accredited by my own certification for the Chartered Market Technician, that is also being followed through by many of our team members, then I'm here also to get you the guarantee that if you follow our program, that if you sign up for a month, for 4 months, or for a yearly, with up to 32 or even more, or 44% discount in total, approximately 44% discount, because you have a Black Burp 25 coupon code for exclusive Nest Club and for calls only program. You have Black PM code for 5% off for private mentoring, which is capped at 30 seats limited. And after which, if you miss out on this offer, then you decide to let this offer go, because this is not coming back ever again. This is the last opportunity to go and acquire your individual one-on-one guidance to help you get up on your feet again with individualized tuition, with your personal portfolio tracking systems, ideas, with your personal guide and mentor. And not only that there is a cap on the availability of our team, but the prices increase in about 5 weeks from now, and they go triple and quadruple. And I promise you that, because we are not able to deliver this quality of service at the old rates. So if this is the last call, last chance for you guys to follow through on that. And if you follow any of those, if you follow exclusive Nest Club program for 14 days, if you buy monthly, 4 month, or a yearly membership with the special discounts that last for about 357 minutes from now, less than 6 hours, that I guarantee and promise that if you don't get any successful calls from us, that I pay you $100 or you get a free strategy session, free consultation to figure out how you guys can improve, to figure individually how you're going to improve. That is worth 371 bucks. So all the risk is on me, all the responsibility is on me, but I am this certain that we can deliver, that we can follow through. So if you're ready, make sure to go to thebourbonist.com and search for your favorite product, apply your coupon code, discount code before it expires. And that's truly all that I wanted to say. Free PDF is waiting at thebourbonist.com. You're going to search and find a video description for the actual link with the coupon codes. If you miss out on this one, it's not coming back. And this is also my guarantee. That being said, final thanks and congratulations to everybody who's committed to Free Trading Congress and to making this such an amazing success than it is. This is an exceptional journey, and this is where the change for better for many people begins. Congratulations, everybody. Give yourself a round of applause, team. This is an amazing journey. I'm really proud of you. And that's all. With this statement, the Free Trading Congress 2022, the 4th edition, is over. God bless you all. See you on another day.